Hi, and welcome to our presentation. I'm Morgan Lord.
And I'm Stephanie Anderson. And this is Kyle Rausch, who's in the Study Abroad office. And we're here to talk to you about BA 420, a professional presence course hosted in the College of Business that will be going to Dublin, Ireland this summer.
So from June 5th to June 30th. So usually this is a 16-week course, and we're going to have it quite crunched together in a few weeks, but also plenty of time to get out there and explore and learn more about the Irish culture.
So these are the things that we're going to be speaking about in this short information session to give you a heads up of what to look forward to. The first thing that we'd like to do is introduce ourselves. So Morgan and I are the program faculty directors who will be at this program location in Dublin with you, teaching courses in the classroom and also going on excursions throughout Dublin and in Ireland in general. We are both teachers in the Student Professional Development Program, and I lead the Institute for Leadership Excellence and Development, and we teach a lot of unique types of courses. A lot of them utilize improvisational theater techniques in the classroom. So we'll talk a little bit more about how that applies here in this class. So
and we'll be there as your point people while we're there in Ireland, so we'll always be close by with you.
And this is why the benefits of a faculty-directed program are many. They're all listed here. Unlike other programs abroad, which we would recommend that you explore, that are hosted by partners that are abroad. You might be with other students, or you might be interning in another program. A faculty-directed program is led by a UIC faculty member, or a pair of them in this case, and you get UIC credit. So it's a very direct and easier process than it might be to convert course credit from another program abroad. And as Morgan had mentioned, this course is shorter in time frame. So typically this 16-week class is going to be presented in only 4 weeks. And you'll be with a bunch of other UIC students. So let's talk a little bit about that course.
Yes, so the course is BA 420, Professional Presence. And again, it will be condensed into those 4 weeks. So we'll be heading to the classroom a few days a week to meet in person, and then we'll also be having a lot of experiential outings. We'll be visiting theaters, we'll be visiting castles, we'll be getting out and learning all sorts of things together. So that's kind of exciting. This also, just so you know, when it comes to BA 420, it counts as those 3 credit hours, but it also goes toward the leadership minor. And if you don't know much about the leadership minor, it's actually just 12 credit hours that make up that minor. So if you did take BA 420, you'd only have the 9 left. So something to look into, because if you are a business student, you might be taking some of those other classes as well. So you might be very close to that leadership minor.
So the types of types of things that we cover in BA 420 include team leadership, on and off stage presence. We're going to be looking at a global perspective, going to theaters, seeing performances of a variety of types, and also going to certain companies for site visits and having guest lectures be a part of that. So why would we take BA 420 from Chicago here at UAC all the way to Dublin? Morgan, tell us a little bit about why.
Yeah, why would we choose Dublin? Well, it is a warm and welcoming city, so that's one of the reasons, but it also is really a business hub and a tech hub. So that's something to explore as business students, if you are business students. And it's also steeped in rich art scenes, so a lot of theater, a lot of storytelling, Irish dancing, so many different ways to show presence. And that's something we're excited to explore with you and compare to other cultures as well. So here's just showing a bit more about the presence. But yeah, the Abbey Theatre is somewhere where we'll be heading, which is one of the oldest theaters in Ireland, in Dublin specifically. And we'll not only be seeing a stage show there, but we'll also be meeting backstage with the performers. So another way to really fully immerse ourselves in what is presence and how can we get more effective in our own professional and personal presence. And here we have on the left Dublin Castle. So this is something, you can go just, a stone's throw away, hop on a bus or a train to see Dublin Castle. So all of these excursions are things we are going to promote, that we go out and see the rich history that is involved in Dublin.
And in order to do that, you'll have a city museum and a leap pass that will help you get around town. We're also going to tour the book, visit the Book of Kells, and seeing a lot of different types of theater and art performances, includes a Celtic music night. We'll have a farewell meal together. And as I had mentioned, those company visits and some guest speakers from different industries. Additionally, we're going to head to Galway for 2 days and 1 night. And this trip will include a round trip transportation. We'll travel by bus. We'll go visit the Cliffs of Moher, photoed here, and we'll have a hostel stay. So we'll have breakfast provided, and we'll have a little bit of a walking tour around Galway.
This just shows that bus route there. So we're going from Dublin to Galway, and right below Galway is the Cliffs of Moher. So we'll be heading there as well. But Galway is really a hub for theater again, for dancing, for creativity. So it's exciting that we'll get a chance to kind of leave that capital city, that business hub, which is steeped in rich culture as well, but head over to Galway to see another one of the big cities in Ireland and explore how they present themselves.
So
this is where we'll live.
Yeah, located in Dublin. We're there. We're going to be in an apartment style living. You'll be sharing a kind of apartment dorm-like situation. So you'll be with another one of our classmates in single rooms that will then be part of a larger community suite. So these are fully furnished, fully equipped apartment buildings. So you'll have access to, of course, Wi-Fi, a washer, dryer. You'll have everything you'll need in a kitchen to make community meals, to have your linens all provided so you don't have to pack so much. And you'll all be in a central location that will be within an easy bike ride or bus to our classroom space, where we'll be meeting a couple times a week. One of the sites near where you'll be living, which is a very easy transportation ride away, is a very famous Temple Bar. And you can see the really cool cobblestone streets, and summer is going to be a really beautiful time to be there.
It's a highly walkable and walkable and bike rideable city too. So that's exciting. Ooh, but yeah, let's talk cost, Steph.
All right. Well, thanks, Morgan and Steph, for getting us all excited to go to Dublin. Now I'm here to talk about how we can actually make it happen from a financial point of view. And listen, if you're interested in studying abroad but concerned about cost, please don't let that be the reason you don't consider applying for this program. We do have financial aid resources we can discuss, as well as scholarships, which I'll highlight a few, but there are ways to make this happen. So what I want to express is just come to the study abroad office, let us talk to you about it, okay? So that being said, there is an investment to go on this program, and that is the program fee, which is just over $6,000, as you see here. Now, that might seem high, but it's really important to think about the value that this program has, considering everything that's kind of included and pre-planned for you. So that's what we have on the slide. The $6,000 includes tuition for 3 credit hours, so you are getting academic credit for this program that can count towards your degree progression. It includes the housing for the entirety of the program, the local transportation pass that you'll get, and all transportation for official program activities. All of the fun excursions and social cultural activities that Steph and Morgan are planning for you will already be built into that budget, so you won't have to pay extra on site once you're in Ireland. All of the access to company visits and guest speakers, which is a really important thing to remember about study abroad. Yes, later you'll probably be able to go to Ireland on your own, but you won't have the same access that you're going to be able to get on this program, meeting with professionals who are in the industries that you potentially want to go into. And then we also provide a comprehensive international health insurance policy for all of our travelers, so you'll automatically have that. And then the 2-day, 1-night trip also to Galway, and of course, the experience of a lifetime. The only things that aren't included are your airfare, and we do that because we know a lot of folks have miles they might want to use or just special rewards to redeem for airfare. It gives you good flexibility too in case you want to travel before or after the program because Europe, the continent of Europe, is just a stone's throw away, to borrow from Morgan. Um, Passport. So you do need a passport to go on the program. So I'd say even if you're considering at this point and you don't have one, go ahead and apply. It never hurts to just have that passport ready for international travel. And then most of your meals will be on your own and then personal spending money. And if there's time, which I think there will be, we'll jump on the website at the end of this presentation and I'll show you a really helpful resource for looking at the program cost, which is the cost sheet for the program. Okay, so to talk a little bit more about funding, I always like to tell students that we've got to bust some myths that exist about study abroad. And one of those is this myth that study abroad costs more than it does to study at UIC. So when I came on board the UIC Study Abroad Office team a few years ago, one of the first things I did was prepare this graph you see here on the left. And all it shows is that that actually isn't true. As you see right here, we have our average low-cost programs costing less than what it costs for an in-state student to study here in Chicago. But even if you're not in-state, we do have a number of programs which are what we call our average mid-cost programs, which cost less than what an out-of-state student would. So all you need to take away from this is it's not true. Study abroad does not have to cost more than it costs to study on campus. And some of the ways, again, in which we help with that is, as I mentioned, every one of our programs has, oh, can you go back real quick? Thank you. Each one of our program pages has a cost sheet, which can help you not only know what you're going to be charged, but some, for the things that aren't included in the program fee, what you can budget for. You can actually speak with the financial aid office and they'll take that cost sheet and reassess what's called your cost of attendance, which means even if you don't typically get a lot of aid during a regular term at UIC, because you're studying abroad, that might increase your cost of attendance and you may have access to additional funding you otherwise don't typically receive. And then, of course, scholarships. We love scholarships because that's free money. Some of the ones that we like to call out are departmental scholarships that my office offers. So all of those are in UIC SNAP. And then we have departments at UIC also who offer their own study abroad scholarships. So it's always good to check with your academic advisor to see if they're aware of any funding the department might have. There's also the Office of Global Engagement's John Nuveen Grant, which all UIC students participating in a study abroad program are eligible to apply for. And then we have a couple of big nationally competitive scholarships, which our students are extremely competitive for. The most important being the Gilman International Scholarship. And this one is currently in an active application cycle, so you can start the application now. The deadline is March 9th. You must be a Pell Grant recipient. So if you don't know, you can check with the financial aid. But if you are, you absolutely should apply for the scholarship because you could earn up to $5,000, which would go an extremely long way to funding this program. And another reason this scholarship stands out for this program is because Gilman likes to see a lot of things. They like to see diversity in applicants. And basically, there are many ways we think about diversity in study abroad. Yes, racial and ethnic minorities, but first-generation college students are diverse. So if you're the first in your family, you're considered diverse in study abroad. LGBTQIA students, students with disabilities, non-traditional age students, military vets, the list goes on and on and on. But beyond that, Gilman also likes programs that include professional development and career readiness aspects. And of course, as Morgan and Steph explained, that is like the sole purpose of this program. So yes, if you get a Pell Grant, you want to go on this program, let's work together to get you the Gilman Scholarship. And so you can make an appointment with me and I'd be happy to review your essays for any study abroad scholarships. And I'll pass it now to Morgan. Yes, this could be you on the Cliffs of Moher. Did you want to say anything about that?
We just hope it is you. So that little, yeah, oh, there we are. And you should see the other side. I mean, that would be the big reveal. If you get to go on this trip, boom, you get to see those cliffs. So
usually one of the most memorable things I've been able to see in my travels. So I hope you all get a chance to go.
Gorgeous.
All right, so just a few more things to talk about. So if you decide that this program is for you, which I hope you do, here are your next steps. So first, as I mentioned, make sure you you have a passport, and if you do, pull it out, look at the expiration date, because sometimes you might forget when it's due to expire. Speak with your academic advisor. I recommend this even as you're working on the application process, because it's good for them to just be aware that you're looking into study abroad, and they can help you know how this course will work for your particular degree plan. And then when you're ready to apply, you can visit our website, which we'll take a look at in a moment, and complete what's called the First Step Advising Program. And this is just a quick module. You'll watch a 30-minute video that explains some important aspects of how study abroad works at UIC. And after you do that, you're approved to start the application for your program. Now, the deadline for the application for the program is March 6th. So please just make sure that you get your applications in on that time, because we'll have a pretty quick turnaround to figure out who's going on the program. If you have any questions whatsoever about the program, about the application, about funding, I'm one of your key point people. I work in the study abroad office, and I'll be the program advisor supporting this program this year. So you see my email address here on the screen. That's really the easiest way to make an appointment with me. So just drop me a message. And then the other thing to be doing too is start your research for funding resources. Many of the scholarships for summer programs have surprisingly early deadlines. So don't wait, don't put this off. Definitely get on that now. All right, is now a good time to jump onto the Study Abroad website?
Yeah, let's see it.
All right, so let's just give you a quick tour of some of the key resources I mentioned and how to find them. So our website is studyabroad.uic.edu, and that will take you to our homepage. Oh, since we're here, if you're viewing this recording before February 8th, you're invited to our big Summer Programs Expo. Morgan will be there, and it'll be a great chance for you to introduce yourself, and she could share more about the program. When you want to look at programs, you can come down here to Explore Programs. And then clicking this will take you to our searchable program database. And if this is the program you know you want to do, the easiest thing you could do is just type BA 420. That's the course that's being offered, and we'll press search. And there it is, the first one on this list. And so this is the program page. You can come back here if you want the key details that were covered in this presentation. We'll also plan to put this recording as a link on this page in case you want to reference it later. And then to navigate it, you just have these tabs up here, which will give you those details. Here is the Finances tab, so it recaps the program fee and what's included. And here is the cost sheet I mentioned. So the top part of the cost sheet shows you what you'll be billed by UIC if you decide to go on the program. And then these are just estimates of other things that you want to be thinking about having a budget for to make sure you're prepared for the program, such as your airfare, the estimated cost for food, that sort of thing. So I always tell students, definitely this number at this point, you need to be thinking about your funding plan. And again, we can help you with that. This number is really customizable in the sense that it depends on your spending habits, okay? All right, let's go back to our home page. And then another very important section of the website is, of course, the money part. So find funding will take you there. And we've broken it up into some of the buckets of funding. So this has information about how to talk to financial aid, about using your financial aid for study abroad. And then this is where all the good scholarships, the free money lives. And so we broke it down into different buckets. So UIC scholarships. And then if you decide to do a different program, we have some partnership scholarships. And then here are the nationally competitive scholarships, such as the Gilman that I mentioned, okay? So I hope that helps. I'll stop sharing, and I'll turn it back over to Morgan or Steph.
Thank you so much, Kyle. So if you'd like to get a hold of us, if you have any questions, we're very accessible by email. So Morgan is at mlord@UIC. I'm and@UIC, and there's Kyle's. We'd love to hear from you. Even if you don't end up coming to Dublin, we highly recommend that you check out all of the study abroad offers here at UIC while you're here.
And reach out to us anytime. Yeah, and we hope to see you. We hope to be heading to Dublin, Ireland with you this summer, June. Let's do it. Thank you.
Thanks.